and welcome back to this week's Meals in the Making. It's been so long. How long has it been, Robbie? Like
a couple months, I think.
Like a couple months since we posted Meals in the Making. And the reasoning is we just weren't making new meals, so I didn't want to give y'all old meals that we had made. If y'all would like to see what we make every single week, even if it's an old meal, we can do that. Just let us know down in the comments. But this week we have new meals. I'm super excited. Both of these meals are my own creation, something I've come up with myself. They're all Lean and Green approved. Since it's been a while since I've posted a Meals in the Making video, let me explain a little bit of what Meals in the Making is. If you are on the Optavia journey, these are Lean and Green approved recipes where I will give you all of the measurements, as in like lean, green, condiment, healthy fat, towards the end of the recipe, and also how many servings are in it. If you're not on the Optavia journey, but you are on a weight loss journey, you're wanting to get healthier, or you just need some good recipes, these are for you too. I'm super glad you're here. I did want to mention that I just posted, actually like 40 minutes ago today, my entire Optavia journey video, and I poured my heart and soul out into that video, and so I would love it if you would go and watch it. I'll go ahead and link it above so that you can see it. It shows that you can do it. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. So let's get started. I'm a little like out of breath. I was just doing a dance party in the kitchen. They're pretty common in this household, I would say. Well, I mean, they're pretty common for me in this household. Maybe that's about it. The rest of the household probably thinks I'm crazy. But anyway, let's get started. Let me tell you what we're making. So the theme for this week has got to do with like saucing up things. So we're gonna add sauces to things. So we're gonna be doing a chicken recipe and also a fish recipe. I don't know if we've done a fish recipe besides shrimp. So our chicken recipe is a creamy lemon chicken recipe, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then our second recipe is a tilapia recipe, and it is actually garlic, honey, soy sauce kind of thing. We're just gonna call it garlic tilapia. No, I don't like that. Creamy tilapia, we can keep it that. I don't really know, I need to come up with a new name for it. Anyway, so let's get started and let me show you exactly what you need for these recipes. 2 7-ounce boneless, skinless fillets of tilapia, 4 teaspoons of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of Kin Steakhouse honey mustard dressing, 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. Hey everyone, welcome to Meals in the Making, part 1. I just got home from work and realized that I forgot to thaw out, or as my dad would say, de-thaw my tilapia. So it's currently in my sink with a whole bunch of warm water to thaw that out. While I'm waiting for these to thaw, I am gonna go ahead and start our marinade. That way I just have to dunk these into the marinade and let them sit for an hour. So let me show you how that marinade works. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is actually make our marinade. So I'm gonna whisk together our honey mustard, soy sauce, and minced garlic, and then we'll see what comes from there. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. Ugh. This is a half a teaspoon that I'm using. Half a teaspoon of honey mustard. And 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. You can also use regular soy sauce. There's no difference in the condiment measurement. So we're gonna whisk this together. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm just kind of patting dry our tilapia and then putting it into a large Ziploc bag. Then I'm going to take my marinade and pour that into the bag. Seal the bag. And I just want to make sure that every piece of tilapia is coated in here. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the refrigerator to marinate for 1 hour. Okay, so as our tilapia just finishes up marinating, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of the recipe ready to go. That way when they come out of the refrigerator, we can get them cooking. So So first thing I'm gonna do is put our green beans, yes, we love green beans in this house, into the oven to go ahead and start roasting. So a really cool thing about eating fish or shrimp, or especially tilapia, is it's on the leanest portion of protein. So you get 7 ounces of it. These fillets are 3.5 ounces. So you get 2 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 teaspoons of almond flour into my pan so that I can go ahead and bread them in just a second and throw them onto the pan to go ahead and cook. The next thing I'm gonna do is actually add 2 teaspoons of oil to my pan as well to get that to start heating up. Up with the oil, I've pulled out my tilapia from the refrigerator, my marinated tilapia, and I'm gonna start breading these. So I'm just gonna put it in, flip it over, rub a little bit in, and then put it onto the little pan. So this concoction makes up 1 leanest, 3 green, or give you our green beans, and then 2 condiments and 1 healthy fat. So you still have 1 condiment and 1 healthy fat left, which is awesome. For this creamy lemon chicken recipe, you will need... Okay, some things that I've learned. Do not spray Pam onto a non-stick pan and then try and cook chicken in it. I about burned the house down. I don't know if you can see, you really can't see how smoky it is in this house right now. It is ridiculously smoky. Let me show you the pan that I think I have now ruined. It looks a lot better than it did a second ago when I started cleaning it. Now I had to throw away that chicken because it was so burnt. You can't even see it in there. This is my new chicken. There's no Pam on this. No olive oil, no non-stick, nothing. Just a non-stick pan. So, cooking this chicken up the same way that I said earlier, just without the Pam. And I'm gonna stir that around and hope that that thickens up my sauce.
Hello y'all, so it's Tuesday night, and Mallory was trying to cook dinner earlier for Meals in the Making, and I don't think it turned out quite as well, judging by the smoke in the house. So she's gotten pretty good stuff done, I'd say. She's got chicken cooked, which she said it wasn't cooking, but I've pulled it open and it seems to be cooked. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to throw together an Optavia Meals in the Making by myself with no recipe with what we've got in the house.
For Robby's concoction, you'll need about 10 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken breast, cubed and then put in a pan, and you'll see that in a second. You'll also need half a cup of Classico Creamy Alfredo Sauce, the light version, salt, pepper, 1/4 cup of Mexican style blend cheese, and 3 cups of green beans.
So I started cooking already, and then I decided to do this. So I have a bag of green beans that were frozen that I just threw in the microwave for 5 minutes because that's how you're supposed to cook them. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that bag, I'm gonna broil them to get them a little crunchier, put a little bit more springiness back to them. and I'll also salt and pepper them as well. So once I've done that, I shall continue. So, yeah. So I had an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work because I've never done it before, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try doing a like green bean casserole, basically where I put green beans on top, put chicken with the sauce in the middle, and then green beans on top again, and then maybe throw some cheese on top just for S&G. So come along for the adventure. So this is my chicken Alfredo sauce mix. Currently just going to let it keep warming up and see where we go from there. You keep seeing me go back to the pantry because I'm looking for something to kick it off, you know, something just to make that change, to just that tweak to it. There's a can of peaches in the back. Okay, so probably what I'll do is I'll just put some Parmesan cheese around it and on top just so it holds together, and we'll roll from there. Okay, I'm thinking the green beans have been in there long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out now. Alright, so I'm a little desperate for a topping. I don't really have any cheeses that match well. I have a Mexican blend cheese, which probably not a good choice, but it's what I got, so that's what I'm using. Also, I've not been paying much attention to, other than the half cup of stuff, I don't really know all that's in it, so I'm just gonna put like a quarter cup of cheese on the top. I just want enough so that the top looks casserole-y, if you know what I mean. This is another one of those watch it and see how long it takes things. I don't know how long it's going to take, so just, you know, set it in there and let it rip. Everything in it is cooked, so you're probably looking for the cheese to melt on the top, and that's about it.
I don't know if I'm going to add in the footage from my failed attempt at dinner or not, but I want to say that Robert is a lifesaver, because when he came home, I was in a funk, I was mad, and I had to go do some client calls, which did cheer me up. But I just was in my room doing my own thing. I needed some time to cool off and accept my defeat. But I came out and he said, look what I made. And I said, well, let me do some, you know, footage for the vlog. And he was like, look at the footage. So I think I'm gonna cry. I had a really long day. And anyway, so I'm sure it's gonna be delicious.
I hope.
It'll be good. But I'm gonna go back through and make sure that y'all know what's in this, and then if not, I'll do some footage on that. Sorry that things have changed, but I gotta keep her, because I was in my room sulking like a baby. So let's eat. I almost forgot. This, Robby, what do you call this concoction?
What dost thou have in thine house?
Okay, what dost thine have in thine?
What dost thou have in thine house?
Sure, I'm gonna let you title this then, because anyway, so this is 2 servings, and each serving is 1 lean-er, 3 green, and 2 condiments. You even left them a condiment to use later on. Do you want to be in the video? He's like right next to you. Okay. Shiner, come be my sous chef. Shiner, come. Hey, come. Sit. sit down. Good boy. So thank you guys so much for watching today's Meals in the Making. I hope that you have enjoyed. Go ahead and drop down below some recipes that you might like to see program approved, or something that you might like me to incorporate in my next Meals in the Making. I could always use some inspiration. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching and joining us today. We love you all, and God bless you.